Good evening to you all. I was not planning on coming live tonight. It was not a part of my schedule for today. So this is spontaneous. I had to respond. I have to respond to something that I could not procrastinate. It is imperative that I deal with that issue tonight, as in right now. So if I look a bit rested, it is because for the past hour, I've been busy with my mind, relaxing on the couch, thinking about what's circulating, and I try to get myself to resist the temptation to respond today. I thought, let me get my thoughts together and put things into perspective in my mind so I understand what direction I need to go with this talking point. It was the intention to just relax and enjoy the calm and the peace. But the more I think about it, it's the more I find difficulty staying calm. So the best thing, the best therapy in dealing with a problem is to address it. If something is pesting you or someone is pesting you, the best way to deal with that problem is to either confront the person, deal with the situation, and get it over with. Get it out your system. So this is me getting this thing out my system because it's already in my mind and I don't want my peace for the night to be disturbed by that. So I need to deal with it because, like I said before, my issue is the longevity of the Guyanese future. My number one focus is to make sure that the growth that began under the Ali government can continue into the second Ali government. And in that second Ali government, then I would see what else is there that threatens the health of that government and the citizens of that country. Then I will take that up then. But for now, I need to address the demon on the internet. I need to address the issues that continues to entice, to seduce, and to feed the demons whose only plan and mandate is to continue to spew fear in the minds of the weak and the minds of the less, how must I say, the most vulnerable. You see, those people who are weak and vulnerable happens to be the ones who are often finger in the chaos, the protests, the destruction, the looting in Guyana. So I need to do my best to either make them build some kind of immunity against those who are using and manipulating them, while at the same time I need to do what I need to do to protect the rest of Guyana. protect them mentally, protect them spiritually, so that they themselves are not consumed by the same poison that has continued to consume those who are falling prey to what's happening. All the people who were victimized by the rhetoric, by the propaganda, by the evil that continues to come out from the PNC and their agents, they should fund those people legal campaigns, legal proceedings. The PNC and their agents in America should fund these people's legal team. I'm talking about the people who were arrested for looting and all these kinds of stuff. You should let the PNC and the others who pushed you, who manipulated you, who took advantage of your stupidity, your ignorance, your vulnerability, and they hijacked and they arrested that part of you for their own agenda. Now you are there incarcerated. You should let them pay your legal fees. That's what you need to do. Let them pay your legal fees. They used you. You should not be having pro bono from the government. You should not. So this thing, I'm getting directly to that now. When I talked about Guyana on the path of no return, it's like a marathon. Guyana economic growth is on a marathon. And when it comes to a marathon, it's about the fittest, those who have endurance to get to the end. And Guyana's marathon, there is no end in sight. To say that this is going to continue for 5, 10, 15 years, this growth is going to continue. There is no end game when it comes to what Ali is doing to the Guyanese economy and the country. This is a forever prosperity. This is I'll explain it. What's happening in Guyana, the growth, the business, the flourish, those of you now, if you're children, you will grow up to become an adult enjoying the fruits of the Ali government. Sorry. Those of you who are adults, you will evolve into old age and retire in style. You will retire in style because of all the benefits you would earn under the Ali government. This is not something for 5 or 10 years. This is something that continues because the PPP stands for what? The People's Progressive Party. Progressive. Progression is not for a specific time allocation. Progression is continuation, continuity into. So, the people, the devils, the demons, Satan, his agents they can't stop it. They want to disrupt it. They want to create a war within the organization of the PPP so that it creates infighting. And like I said before, war slows down progress. So they're trying to induce, by way of gossip, by way of peddling false rumors, by way of fake news, to corrupt the peace and the harmony within the PPP, not as a government, as a party, as a political organization. They want to create that in there first. Then if they are successful, that is going to spill over into government ministries that are governed by the PPP. And as long as that happens, like had happened under the Burnham regime and the Hoyt regime and the Granger government, they want the same poison, they want the same demon to infiltrate and possess the peaceful people of the PPP. Because if that happens, what's the consequence to that? Growth is halted. Because the president will have other issues to deal with. So he has to put everything on hold so he can correct the issues in-house. In-house meaning the organization of the PPP. Then the opposition and their people would say, you see, we prophesied this is going to happen. God told us so. I had a dream. I saw it in a vision that there'll be massive division in the PPP, a breaking apart, infighting. One is turning against the other one. I told you don't trust these people. I told you they can't work together. They're waiting for these opportunities to do that. But they're forgetting. They're forgetting that the PPP is a party of Cheddi. The foundation of the PPP is built on the principles of Cheddi Jagan. Cheddi Jagan's principle is to make Guyana not just independent, but self-sufficient. To make Guyana a beacon standing alone, casting its rays of light to the rest of the neighbors as far as the eyes can see, beaming forward so that the light of Guyana can become so contagious and contaminate the others who are within its rays for the good. So they can now follow that light on the shores of the promised land, the true promised land, which is Guyana. That's Cheddi's vision. That is what he wanted then. And all the persons who passed through that discipline understood that Cheddi Jagan is not a man who subscribes to betrayal, division, infighting, stabbing your brother in the back. He ain't the type. Remember, he was a doctor, a dentist, trained as a doctor. So he understood then what's it to have heart for people. He understood the nature of pain. And his antidote for the pain that Guyana had to suffer from the man that he once trusted, Burnham, that betrayed him. He had to endeavor to heal Guyana from the wounds that were inflicted on that nation from Burnham. So Cheddi made sure that all the people who subscribed to his ideas, all the people who came in the PPP then, understood clearly what his mandate was. No division, no betrayal. They understood. So when they came on board, they signed that deal with their soul and swear that I am my brother's keeper in the PPP. I am my brother's keeper. Shame on you, Kemrad Ramjatan. Shame on you. You were never your brother's keeper. You were possessed with the demon of Barnum. You betrayed Cheddi Jagan. But you're not, this is not about you. But like I said before, I need to set a precedent here to let you understand. The Guyanese citizen, the people of Guyana, I want you to understand. If I had a wand, a magic wand, that I can shake, and every household in Guyana can tune into this life, I would have done it. I will do it. Because I need the people of Guyana, the 6 races and all the others, to listen to what I have to say tonight and understand very carefully what I have to say. Let me expound on this now famous talking point that I've always used, and I think I put it on my caption there as a disclaimer. President Irfan Ali and his government or his agents, nobody from the PPP makes contact with me by way of signing a check, sending donations. Nobody. So I have no benefit doing this. I'm not motivated financially to do this. Let me make it clear. I don't have to talk about anything that favors the government because the government is not subscribing. And if the government had to subscribe, they really had to come good. They really had to come good. I ain't for sale. I'm not cheap. You think the doctors they brought is expensive? Let them talk to me. If I have to speak on behalf of the government, they have to come good. So what I'm saying here is not motivated by any paycheck or any donations. I'm saying what I'm saying because my heart is for the good citizens of Guyana, for the future of Guyana, for the continued progress of Guyana, to make sure that Guyana, not on paper, is the richest country, but by lifestyle is the richest country. I don't watch videos of other countries, Dubai and the others. I don't watch. I don't want to marvel. I don't want to marvel in the greatness of other countries. No. I don't watch the videos. I'm not interested. I keep my eyes and my mind fixed on the progress of Guyana. That is what marvels me. That is what builds my ego. I'm proud of that. I'm not going to share any other country and their progress. Good for them. Let their citizens do that. I am going to continue to support and endorse the path, the progress, the continuity of the Ali Jagdeo government and their progress for Guyana. So all the things that you see coming out of the evil demonic camp of the Obia worshippers from the other side, following their dead leader, Barnum, the Obia god, or the Obia king, or the Obia witchcraft doctor, however you want to call him, they have one agenda: to take Guyana back to the days when they were begging. Not Guyana was begging. They were begging. The people of the PNC. They like those days. It seemed like begging is a good thing for them. They beg everywhere. But the fact that they have their own money and resources, it's too big of a responsibility for them to manage wealth. They don't want wealth. This is why I said before, and I stand by the statement, black people hate money. They just want some cash. You see, money requires discipline, because money tells you, hey, I'm here. Manage me well, because I'm not going to bring the others. If you don't manage me well, I'm not going to call my cousins and my nephews and my nieces and my relatives. And there are a lot of them. So black people hate money. This is why money never stick around them. You can never have what you hate. But they like the cash. The cash is something you just spend it. You just get it now and it's gone. That's cash. The Indians, the PPP, they love money, investment. They love that, and power. This is why the Ali government attracts money for the country. Attracts money for the country. Because money loves the PPP. Hates the PNC. Money hates the PNC. If you have money, don't stand next to those people. Your money will disappear. The fact that you stand next to PNC people, your money is going to sense that you're next to these people, and the money is like, hell no, I'm gone. You get broke just by mixing with PNC people. You go broke just by mixing. If you want to stay rich, if you want a chance to grow rich, to have a life where you can relax and enjoy comforts, that will happen with this government. Irfan Ali and his government. That's going to happen. It's happening already. But if you like poverty, if you enjoy poverty, if poverty is like a Michael Kors task, if poverty is like KFC and Burger King and all these things, because you know blacks like junk food. You go to all the fast food places in Guyana there, stand up and observe. Observe. Look at the lines. Look at the majority of the people in the lines. Any fast food joint. Go. There's a big show. Somebody coming, some criminal coming to sing from another country. Go see who are the majority of the people going there. Because they have some cash and they hate money. They want to get rid of the cash so they can resume that position of begging. That is what stimulates them. They don't want to have because they want to beg. But the PPP and the Indians, they have too much of pride. Indian people are proud people. They're in begging. That's where I learned it from. Begging is for losers. Indian people don't like begging. They are ashamed of it. This is why if they don't have, you never know. You never know. But the Negroes like to beg. So they want Guyana to go back into that stage where you beg. You put on this face, you beg. Everybody has to feel sorry for you. Rescue you. Oh my gosh, they're so poor. Oh my God, let's send them some donation. Let's give them some money to run the country. Let's lend them some this. Because, oh my God, they can't help themselves. Maybe slavery being abolished was bad for black people. Maybe we should have kept slavery, but, you know, without the whipping and the killing, but just leave it because they're happy being slaves, you know. Maybe apartheid was so bad for the country. The end of apartheid was so bad for Africa. Maybe we should have left apartheid in place. That's the thing that blacks are doing. And I repeat, when I say black people, I am talking to the ones who continue to terrorize the good citizens of Guyana. I'm talking to those people. So now, I want to talk to Crylissa Scampuswell. Crylissa Scampuswell. Scampuswell. I'm talking to you now. Crylissa Scampuswell, or what they call you, Melly Mel or Melissa, some shit like that. But I'm calling you Crylissa Scampuswell. Scampuswell. None of you, Crylissa, All the others, those are the idiots from the PNC. None of you, let me challenge you now, none of you have a creative mind. You are so stupid that you are incapable of fabricating lies. Incapable. You have to have a meeting. You and your cronies have to have a meeting to discuss how to present a lie about the PPP. You cannot on your own come up with the idea because you're that dumb. The years of being a prostitute didn't really help you. Because at least when you fuck different guys, you should at least talk to them. Learn something. But I guess those kinds of people, they're just one hand for the cash, feet open. That's it. But here what the thing is. Anil Nandalal is a gentleman. I'm saying it again. Anil Nandalal is a gentleman. He's a gentleman. The shit he's taking from you, Krylissa, Scampuswell, the shit he is taking from you. I mean, I don't listen to the voices of these people. I don't listen to the voices of these people. I have to find a way to get a transcript so I can at least try to read their poor English, their poor grammar, so I get some sense of the lies they're telling. But Anil Nandalal, you're a gentleman. The way you handle these people, you're a gentleman. Irfan Ali is an angel. I mean, Jagdeo tries, but he ain't cut out for that. That's the difference with the Indians, you know. The Indians are raised as peaceful people. Peaceful people. This is why when they decide to go to war, they just finish the job. They won't hit you and turn back and say next time no, they just finish it. So you don't push them. They're peaceful. Let the lion sleep. You wake them up, they will eat you raw and finish with you. There's no nagging like black people. Every day they're touching a little. No. The Indians will finish you one time. Get it over with. They're like white people, same mentality. But the blacks is like a little here, nagging. Nah. And yeah, well, Scampuswell happens to be a female, so she's the worst kind of nagger. And it's a nigger as a nagger. I said nagger. I ain't a nigger, nagger I said. The worst kind. So she's poking this man. I ask myself the question. Now I'm asking you. Is there something in the past? Maybe when Scampuswell was a teenage girl. Maybe when she had some kind of decent look. Maybe she was in that age where the ugliness was not surfacing that much. Or even if she was ugly then, people were sympathetic because, oh my gosh, she's such a cute little girl. Maybe that time. Maybe somewhere she saw Anil. It could be possible that it was passing and she locked onto him, and in her mind, oh my God, this is a very handsome Indian boy. I would love for him to fuck me at some point in my life. Maybe that crossed her mind. Maybe she fantasized then over Anil. Anil, probably it happened, but you didn't pay attention because she's so fucking ugly. In your mind, it's like, ain't no, oh my gosh. I'm like, you probably dismissed it. Because in that time, you were busy with your schooling and your plans, and your parents were like, hey, you got to study law. Don't look at these black girls now. You got to study law. So maybe in that time, somewhere way in the past, she had a crush on you and she told you, and you didn't pay attention to it. And she held that against you. She held it against you. She would have preferred you fucked her and turned away. Then she would say, yes, you're just like the other guys. You hit and you ran. But at least she would have tasted the Indian dick. But the fact that you didn't do it, or you didn't pay attention to it, a woman's scorn is a dangerous thing, I can tell you. Because in my life, there are a lot of girls who wanted me to break them out. But just like you, I didn't pay attention. And today, they're still hating on me. They're still hating on me today. I know. I know what's happening. You need to find out. Say, hey, Scampuswell, what is it? You want me to fuck you? Is that it? Should I send you a picture of my dick so you can masturbate? You gotta find out, brother. Because if you don't, the next thing she'll do is to say God told her that you're homosexual. That's the next. Did she say it already? Maybe she did. That's the next thing she will do. You gotta address this. Because there are people who don't know that she has a secret crush on you, might actually believe the things she's saying about you. Anil, you better look into it. Get your people to look into it. Maybe you should set some black girl up and say, hey, get to know this bitch. Get close to her. Make her your friend, your best friend. Buy her a few beers. Give her a cigarette. Give her a kit of makeup. Teach her how to put it on her face. So when she comes on the camera, she has some kind of close to something that looks presentable. Get a woman to infiltrate Scampuswell so she can find out what's it with you and Anil. What's it with you and Anil? And maybe she will tell another woman, man, it's really nothing. And then eventually, when she trusts the girl, she'll say, well, man, he's so sexy. And, when he's in his suit and he's a powerful man. And I used to fantasize over him when I was a kid, a little girl. I saw him around and I know his family and stuff like that. And I'm, yeah, but, even if he had allowed me to suck his dick, I would have just done that. I'd be satisfied just by sucking his dick. But he didn't even notice me. He had no freaking idea I had a crush on him. So today, she's picking a fight to get Anil's attention. Anil, look into it, man. Look into it. Now she's bringing your brother. She can't get to you. She's bringing your brother to get his attention, to get your attention. Anil, I heard the story that women like to fuck cops, but I never knew they would stress over lawyers. I never knew that. I thought lawyers are assholes. Nobody likes lawyers. But the cops are the bad guys, But she's bitching over you, a lawyer. Were you a cop before? I have to look into that. Maybe you were a cop. I don't know. I always know you're a lawyer. Maybe you were a cop, maybe for a few months, and she just want to taste the dick of the cop. There are a lot of Indian cops in Guyana that she could sample. Recommend a few for her. Say, hey man, you're off my list. You're not my type. Tell her she's not your type. She should get a nose job and some bleach with a wig and a good personality. Then you can get her to suck your dick. But for now, let her understand she's not your type. Stop bitching on the man, Scampuswell. Stop doing it. He ain't want you. When you push these things on the internet, you see, in 2024, the government of Guyana announced publicly its plans to diversify GPL because of the issues that GPL endured for years. The government wanted to invite investors to help, boost the company so it can provide adequate electricity for the country's booming economy and its citizens. This is public knowledge. They were not privatizing GPL. GPL is like in America, you have some American companies that are run by the government are on the stock market. The stock market, where you have a publicly traded company where people buy stocks, investors come and they invest, things like that. Look, recently, the American steel industry, this year, the American steel industry, Biden wanted to sell it to some Chinese. Donald Trump says, fuck no. You can invest in it, but we ain't selling it. So he opened it to investors to buy shares in the company, so the money for the shares will go into equipping and making the company greater. That's the same thing Ali is doing with GPL. Inviting investors, hey, you got some money, bring it in. We give you 20% of the company, we sell you on paper for a period of time, you get some of the operating profit and things like that comes towards your company. And what are the companies? A Chinese investment firm and an Indian firm. Two companies, main companies, who took the risk in investing in GPL, the Guyana Power and Light Company. Two companies. And let me tell you about the other one. It's color. I wrote it here. Is it again called? I wrote it somewhere because I didn't want to forget the name of it. Let me see, where did I write it? Kalpataru. Yeah. Kalpataru is the other company, along with the Chinese, who invested in GPL. Invested, not buy it, invested. The investment total 400 and something, how much is it? 422 million American dollars. That was the total investment from the Chinese and this other company, Kalpataru. Kalpataru is a company out of India. They deal with energy, oil and gas, pipelines, supplying energy, and they've been dealing with that since, was it 2005, around that? The company was started in 1995. When did we find oil? Recently. This Kalpataru company started 1995. You see what we're talking about? So you fucking idiot. Scampuswell. Oh, I get an idea. Oh, I get it. You are avenging Norton by attacking Anil. Oh yeah, I know, I see the resemblance with you and Norton, Scampuswell and Norton, Aubrey Norton. No, I see the resemblance. Oh my gosh, you guys have a thing going on. You and Norton have a thing going on. It's like the exchange of ugliness. So you're picking up for Norton by attacking Arnold. Two ugly people shall attack Nandalal together. Norton Scampuswell, Krylissa Scampuswell, also known as Melly Mel. That's the thing. Oh, I get it now. It makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. Anyway, back to the main point here. The government of Guyana opened up GPL, something that was supposed to happen years ago. But President Ali is the man with possibilities. He's like, what do we need to get it done? The country needs it. Get it done. So Kalpataru Company also operates out of Turkey, amongst other places. But they are in business for a long time. In Sweden, India, China, the European Union. They're all over the world. You think they started their company in 1995 to wait when Guyana gets oil, then to get involved in some corruption or some scam to buy GPL? They are one of the investors. Kalpataru Company is one of the investments. It's an investment from one of them that has investments in GPL, along with the Chinese and many other private investors. Also, Guyanese businessmen invest in the power sector, the oil and gas sector in Guyana. These are things that are public knowledge. Public's knowledge. All it takes, Scampuswell, is to know how to read. You're talking about you have fucking documents. Then bring the documents online and read it, so we can see and hear that you actually know how to read a sentence. Read it. Bring it online. GPL, to the good citizens of Guyana, GPL is not for sale. It could never be for sale. Okay? There is no conspiracy or cover-up. All the plans the government has regarding GPL or any other company in the Guyana, from the Guyanese people, it's something the government continues to bring to the public's attention. There is nothing going on behind the scenes. Nothing. And let's talk about this alleged closeness. If I'm the president and I have citizens that has the skills and the know-how to broker deals on behalf of the country and the government, why would I trust an outsider when I have people in the country who has the skills to do it and who can broker the best deals? Who brokered the deals under the PNC 2015-2020? Who were the persons responsible in the oil deal and oil contracts? Were they Chinese or somebody else? Weren't they Guyanese citizens who were lobbying and doing the stuff they had to do? We didn't accuse them, right? We didn't accuse them. So whoever the government is using right now, the government is using the best people that is available. This is the mentality of you Negroes. Now you would say, why couldn't the government hire an American lobbying firm to do the lobbying on behalf of the government of GPL? Why couldn't they hire some white people from Europe? Why do you have to hire some Indians? Because they're smart. They're smart. If you let your family or your relatives in Guyana actually finish their schooling, go to school, get a degree, and stick to one job, learn something, maybe their skills would be recommended and the government can say, hey, that's a good guy, let's call him in. He's one of us, he's a citizen, plus his price is better. Maybe. I will trust people I know. I will trust people I know. So if you're alleging that Anil's brother is close to the president, you think the president can do anything without approval and accountability? So what's this thing about whoever's close to the president, What's this nonsense about that? Are they getting the job done? The people who are hired by the government of Guyana to perform a specific task, are they getting the job done? Are they getting the job done? And if so, what is the quality of the deliverance of the job? The oil and gas business is going in Guyana, right? The place they're building there that will provide more energy, more wattage to the main power, isn't it going? Isn't the construction going? Everything that the government is doing is on schedule. It's going. It's happening. So what's this? So what's this whole thing about corruption? Are they getting paid for a job that they're not delivering? Is that what this is about? You want a cut? Why are you trying to put enmity between Anil and his brother? You're pushing these things out there. You think your voice is so strong to deter investors from going to Guyana? That, oh my gosh, I can't invest in Guyana because there's too many corruption there. You think you're that powerful? You think investors watch your videos? The people who watch your videos, Krylissa, are lowlifes. The ones that actually has some standard just stumble upon your videos and is like, hey, we got to stop this woman from the propaganda and the lies she's telling. They don't watch your videos ceremoniously and in a way like, oh my gosh, I adore her. Yeah, good for you that you had a few of them go fund me for your jail time. Poor people can be generous too, so good for you. And now all of you are making money from this dead child. Don't forget who started GoFundMe. Don't forget who actually invented that site. Don't forget. No, you black people are exploiting it. You're abusing it. You think that was the purpose of the GoFundMe? But you're abusing it. Typical blacks. You give them something, they don't know how it came. They take advantage of it until it's no more. Then they move on to the next vulnerable case. You think you can drive enmity between the Attorney General and his brother? You want to create some disturbance in the camp of the PPP? That's your agenda? That's what you're hoping to accomplish? You think these guys are so weak and uneducated and so vulnerable that your voice can make a difference in creating some kind of division in the PPP? These men are legends. These men are geniuses, stalwarts, mighty men. And your squeaky voice with your fucked up face can make a difference? No, it can't make a difference. So Anil Nandalal shouldn't really take you on. He shouldn't bother with you. He really shouldn't. I understand it can be frustrating to constantly have this fake news, or the government this and the government that. I get it. But at the end of the day, you need to provide your evidence. If you have documentation that GPL is for sale, then post it. Post the evidence. Let us read it, that they are for sale. It's something that's happening undercover, and the people of Guyana have no idea that this is happening. Just post the evidence. You said you have it. You have documents. Post it. But what I'm saying is, it's not true. It's not for sale. It never was. Just investors were invited to boost the company's potential and provide more electricity for the booming economy and its citizens. That's basically it. Anyway, like I've always said, double check the facts before you share these things. Until next time.